there's nobody else in the room. Hurry up, babe, don't you stop. Drink it like a soda pop. Fill it up, I wanna run. Drink it like a soda pop.
It is 50 shades of 53 degrees in Arizona. Hi besties, good morning. I am this close to finalizing my capsule wardrobe and downsizing my entire closet, if you will, but I need some replacement pieces. So we are going to the thrift store and Forever 21 to fill the gaps. So let's go. That was awful. I am clearly 32 years old. Charlotte Russe turned me off. I walked in and walked out within probably a minute. I don't know what happened to that store, but it's like you walked into a little girl's closet from Walmart. I can't describe it in any other way, but I did do okay-ish at Forever 21. Honestly, I remember why I stopped shopping there. The quality is awful and I cannot justify spending more than $20 there. So I did get this super cute phone case though. She was on clearance. Like, this is like these jelly gummy hearts all over my cell phone. So cute. Let's move on. Let's get out of here. That made me mad. That is not a good experience. Okay. What a weird shopping moment. Valentine's Day is literally going to be here in a month. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but I saw a few little knick-knack things that I got for my honey, and so their first year being our first Valentine's engaged, and we're gonna be picking our wedding date very, very soon. So like, I love stuffed animals. I got this cute little doll because she was on sale. She was handmade in India, and I just think she's so cute to put on my bed. But the real reason I got her, one, she was on clearance for $6, but she came with a really cute like cotton plushy towel blanket, and we need a new blanket for the couch. So got a pair of really awesome black lightly distressed jeans, and they're straight leg, they're high waisted, they snatch me up. All in all, I spent under $50 today, which is a huge victory for me. So ready for a walk? Let's go for a walk, huh? One thing I've been slacking on is my journaling, and I don't journal like my heart and soul the way my therapist tells me to. I journal for fun and for cutesy, artsy stuff because it's relaxing to me to be creative. But I literally have not touched my journal since I wrote out my December goals. So we need to do that. And you are never too old to take care of your childhood self. So my little fairy ballerina from India is gonna sit next to my monkey, and I love it. Inside? Why don't you want to be inside, my boy? I seriously look forward to my afternoon elixir every single day. It's just a LaCroix with some cranberry juice and some lemon water. It's just so hydrating and nourishing, and this was perfect before setting down some intentional time to just be still and journal. This to me is almost therapeutic because it's just me with my creativity. There's no digital distractions or any like type of sensory overload from my phone or my computer. I can just listen to worship music or a podcast or play a YouTube video in the background and brain dump through a means of art. And it doesn't have to look good for anybody except myself, because no one will really see this except, of course, you, because you're my bestie, and I want to share with you just for an example or a guideline, if you will, to just do something that allows you to let loose where you don't care about any type of outcome or any type of deliverable. You know what I mean? You're just doing it to feel good. And it's something that brings me joy, just like the cutesy little girly stuff at my desk. It doesn't make sense to anyone, but it makes sense to me, and that's what counts. And that's all that matters. Speaking of what matters, nothing really matters. I made this cute little picture to remind myself because I worry about everything. I stress all the time. By the way, Snore was eyeballing my snacks here, but nothing really matters. If you need some type of visual reminder, life is seriously here to be enjoyed, to have happiness, to have a relationship with God, to live out your life purpose, whatever that is and whatever that looks like for you. And that's it. Just keep it simple. Nothing really matters. And when you think about that, all of your cares should honestly melt away, should wash away. And I hope that you can find peace in that. Okay, besties, it is day 2 of this whole experience, and I put out everything that I'm planning on donating to the Salvation Army, women's shelters, etc. on my clothing rack. And I'm doing this because I've been researching minimalism. I've been researching like the fundamentals of minimalism. I'm not going minimalism. I don't think it's possible with my personality, but I just wanted some foundational rules for downsizing and decluttering, and anything that you make excuses for, like, oh, I'm gonna wear that Sunday, or I should save this for so-and-so occasion, or what if I have this interview, or whatever it is, get rid of it ASAP, because more than likely you will not wear it. Secondly, you can always go buy it if you need it, or borrow it, or go to Goodwill or wherever, but it should not be taking up space. Another thing is, don't put a monetary value on it. Like Lululemon. I cringe when I think about donating anything from Lululemon because, honey, my coins, clutching my pearls. But if I don't wear it, or it's seriously raggedy, or there's like a hole forming in the crotch, which there is, I should get rid of it, and I don't want to. But we're here, we're thriving, and I'm gonna show you everything that we're getting rid of right now. So, my rules for this is anything that doesn't fit, because I've lost so much weight. I've lost over 45 pounds all at home, by the way. I don't go to like a mainstream gym. Things just don't fit the way they should, and even though they're still cute, if I don't feel really good or sexy or confident in what I'm wearing, I'm gonna get rid of it. So, and I literally just bought this dress like a month ago, and she's gorgeous, but again, she's too big and it falls off my shoulders, so I'm gonna donate this. Okay, whoa. I have triggering clothes, okay? I have tops from when I was single, like, my gosh, 4 years ago now, that I would wear on dates, and I'm like, why do I still have these things? They don't serve me. I'm a whole engaged lady.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, Siri, I can't. Can you stop interjecting yourself? Thanks. Girl?
You're welcome.
Siri has an attitude? Okay. There's one thing to salvage things because you love them, and then there's other things when you're just being cheap and frugal. So if you're saving something just because, again, you spent a lot of money on it, get rid of it. Like, if you haven't worn it in the last 6 months, if you're just keeping it because of how much you spent on it, if you are holding on to memories, if it's out of style, if it's damaged in any way, fraying, damaged, bally, linty, whatever, get rid of it. Replace it, repurpose it, and start fresh and new. In full transparency, I felt incredibly insecure filming these shots. For one, I had no makeup on, I felt bloated, and these were outfits that didn't serve my body anymore, so I just felt like my insecurities were amplified. And I know we all go through this, especially in a very beauty-driven world and culture where societal ideals are just not attainable. When you have moments where you feel down on yourself, acknowledge those feelings, but release them at the same time. Bless and release, because they're not true, they're not factual whatsoever, and you don't have to adhere or conform to whatever body image ideals you think that are out there. Just really find peace in yourself and how God made you. Ooh, we're pulling up at the donation center. Hi, I just dropped off my donation pile and it feels so freeing, but I want to have a moment to talk about consumerism and materialism and never feeling satisfied. I just listened to the most powerful sermon ever, and I'll link it below, because when I'm having mental health struggle bus days, I typically will play a podcast or a sermon or like worship music in the background because it just elevates me in my mental space. But it came down to, we are in a culture, in a world today that constantly has a feedback loop of we're not enough, we're inadequate, we're not doing enough, we are lacking, deficit mindset, feasting on our fears, amplifying insecurities, and that often is rooted in you are sold a lie and deception that if you buy more or you consume more, you'll feel better and satisfied, and it's just simply not true. And I've been feeling so empty and depleted, and I kind of alluded to it in a few vlogs ago about just confusion. And like, there's no confusion when it comes to God and when you're living in your purpose. There's just not. He makes things very crystal clear for you. So I just prayed out a prayer of needing deliverance, because I honestly feel like I am under attack in terms of I'm confused, and I feel like I'm not settled in my life. Like, I just turned 32 and I have this constant comparison thing going on. I have this feeling of inadequacy. I'm very satisfied in my career, but I feel like I'm still not doing enough, not accomplishing enough, and like I'm changing my wardrobe and my aesthetic and all these things in my home, and I'm still not satisfied, and I still feel empty, and I'm like, something's wrong. Like, I just don't feel like I'm in alignment. So I'm donating things, I'm getting rid of things, because I don't want to be attached to so much materialism, and I don't want to be constantly caught up in this loop of consumerism. Let's go into Goodwill. Let's see if we can find this devotion book that I think exists. And I just wanted to share my heart with you. Honestly, comment down below if you resonate or identify or relate in any minuscule amount of relatability with me and what I shared, because I often think I'm losing my mind and I'm overthinking things. But I know I cannot be the only person that feels like they are suffering while surviving and thriving all at the same time. It's very strange. I got this devotion. It's called Grace for the Moment by Max Lucado. And I want to read today's devotion because I feel like an alien. I feel like I'm not living in this lifetime. I feel like I don't belong here, and it's scripturally a thing that like we're not meant to feel comfortable living here on earth. And unhappiness on earth cultivates when you have a hunger for heaven, and by gracing us with deep dissatisfaction, God holds our attention. What was I saying earlier? I feel so deeply unsatisfied. I feel like I'm starving for something and I cannot describe what it is. And this is God's way of getting my attention for Him. So the only tragedy is to be satisfied prematurely and to settle for earthly things and things of the culture of the world, and to be content in a strange land. I'm not content. I'm very uncontent. We are not happy here because we're not at home here. We are not happy here because we're not supposed to be happy here. We are like foreigners and strangers in this world, which is in 1 Peter. And you will never be completely happy on earth simply because you were not made for earth. Oh, you will never have moments of joy. You will catch glimpses of light. You will never know moments or even days of peace, but they simply do not compare to the happiness that lies ahead. So the question is, does it bother you when you feel unrest here on earth? And what joys are you looking forward to when you finally get home? And this is directly like a dagger through my heart today. And I'm like, this is the devotion I was meant to pick up. So I grabbed this for $2, no tax, and I'm so happy about it. I cannot wait to spend time reading the Bible later today. I'm gonna go home and walk my puppy and get back to work because I have some big projects to crank out today. But, girl. Hi besties, Editing Ashley here. I wanted to properly close out the video, and if we were hanging out in real life and we just went to Nordstrom's Rack, hit up Starbucks, maybe got a little protein bowl at Flower Child, and I was dropping you off at your car, I would say, girl, I had so much fun today. I know that was probably a lot. I hope I didn't overwhelm you, and like, thank you for just creating space for me to feel comfortable and vulnerable. I know that we both have different walks in our faith, and it might not be for you, but I appreciate you just listening to what I had to say. And if something I did say landed on your heart, I pray that God blesses it. But if you're not in that space, I just appreciate you spending so much time with me. I had so much fun going thrifting with you. I love the devotional I found. That was a crazy steal, right? But anywho, seriously, text me when you get home. I want to make sure that you made it safe, and we have to do this again soon. I know we're insanely busy. Like, I know that you just started your new job. I just got engaged. A lot's happening, but what's so important to me is that we nurture our friendship. So again, I love you so much. You are my best friend ever. And yeah, text me when you get home. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye, besties.